Hundreds of families in the United States are waking up to some heartbreaking news out of Russia today. They'll no longer be able to adopt children from the country because of a new law. A short time ago, the Kremlin confirmed President Vladimir Putin put pen to paper, signing the hugely controversial legislation which becomes official from New Year's Day. The measure is viewed by many as retaliation for an American law that punishes Russians who are accused of human rights abuses. Senior international correspondent Matthew Chance spent many years in Moscow covering Russian politics and the orphan story, for that matter. He's following developments now from CNN London. Matthew, what is the real reason for this new law?
Well, I think it really is, as you just mentioned, political retribution. In fact, the Kremlin have made no bones about this. They were deeply stung by this act that was signed into law by President Obama earlier this year, the U.S. Magnitsky Act, it's called, which aims to punish Russian officials who were associated with the death in custody in 2009 of Sergei Magnitsky, a tax lawyer who uncovered an enormous tax fraud in Russia. He reported it to the authorities there and was arrested himself, and he died in custody, as I say, in 2009. Caused a lot of strain in relations between Russia and the United States at the time. The US passed this law sanctioning Russian officials associated with it, preventing them from travelling to the United States, freezing their assets in the United States as well. And for months now, really, Jim, the Russians in the Kremlin and in other circles have been looking for an appropriate response. They came up with this law as a result of that. There are lots of US families that look to Russia as a way of adopting children. Hundreds of them at any given time are in Russia undergoing the very difficult legal processes to adopt a Russian child. All that ends now, and this is, I think, entirely as an act of retaliation for the US Magnitsky Act.
You know, Matthew, you have covered this story, seen all sides here, the parents, the adoptees, the orphans. Who really loses here? Everyone?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the nature of a situation where children become political pawns in this way. The Kremlin has already issued a figure on this, saying that there are 52 children at the moment who are in the process of being adopted by US parents in Russia. Those 52 children will now not be able to go to those parents in the United States. And that's pretty bad because, remember, it's a very complex emotional process adopting a child in Russia. And many of these children will have, over the months of this process, been slowly getting to know, getting accustomed to the parents from the United States who wanted to adopt them. That all now comes to an end. And what Russia hopes, or what it says it hopes, is that these children will now be picked up by Russian families and adopted in their home country.